Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start recording.
Wait, yo, did you end up putting the MPDs in or no?
No, not yet.
Cool. I'll just literally just write MPD and have the link open, so it's all good.
Okay, there you go.
That's fine. We can get to it when we get to it.
It just happened like a couple minutes ago, or what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's start off with that.
Yeah, I just started with that, so we can
Classic.
put the link. So I want to open it.
The numbers.
I want to see.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Oh,
Heard that.
I just knocked my fucking Bose speaker over.
Darn fucking nabbit. All right,
dude. There's so much shit.
Give me the countdowns. I'm making them. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to PS Best Friends, episode 66 for the week of August 24th, 2018. We're dropping every Friday to give you the rundown on all the latest PlayStation and gaming news you could possibly need. As always, I'm your host, Anthony Palm, and with us, as always, Chicago's prodigal son, Miguel Alvarez.
What's up, guys?
Chilling. You know, getting ready to talk about a fuck ton of news. Still mourning the loss of the Jedi during Order 66. Yeah, and also with us from Brooklyn,
right.
He was hiding out at SummerSlam over the weekend, so we couldn't find him. The sad Bazinga boy,
or maybe he was in SummerSlam. You never know.
Order 66.
Can you confirm that?
Order 69.
There you, bro.
Jesus Christ. So how upset are you that the Big Bang Theory is ending, and so anytime you say Bazinga, it's actually like a relic of the past?
Oh, so happy. I fucking hate that show.
So you just say it ironically, and then it pisses
everyone off.
But then,
yeah, now it became ironically. But no, finally there's gonna be another fucking CBS show that dominates the #1 spot on everything because it's
like
the
syndication
default channel, yeah. And if people just turn it on and leave it.
Yeah, I could not give a flying fuck about the Big Bang Theory. Sorry if anyone out there likes it. I always thought it kind of talked down to people that actually were nerds. You know?
Oh, I hate it's super condescending. Yeah,
it's like, oh, we're nerds and we do math.
That's the whole joke of the show. Yeah,
like layman, you know, like just normal, like your average person that doesn't like really play games or do anything nerdy. They're just like, oh, it's so nerdy, huh, Sheldon? And I'm just like,
show.
Like I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, we got some playing. Why don't you kick it off, Jeff?
Yes, I'll start. Been playing a solid amount actually. I think we've all been playing a good amount. Maybe the news from Gamescom was inspiring us. But first off, jump back into Rec Room, I should say, because I wanted to try out the PSVR.
Well, it's on
or any VR
platforms, but you were playing a
live type game. I downloaded Transference, that new Ubisoft Elijah Wood game. You remember that got announced? That
I remember it got announced. It's no good.
No, it was actually, it seemed cool and seemed like I have a cool premise. It was like you're going in people's consciousness and like reliving it and stuff.
Ooh,
but it was scary because in the beginning a guy jumped at me and it was in a dark hole. It's kind of like a PT vibes.
You're such a wuss. Did you get scared by the Nun trailer too?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a trailer that apparently had to get removed from YouTube because it was so scary. Allegedly, I don't know how true that is. That's what I heard.
Modern. That's like a. And then I trumped into the Uncle Jack We Happy Few VR experience thing that I talked about last week. It's this free little game. Very boring. It's literally nothing. It's just you watch these Uncle Jack bits in a VR space because like you're in like a newsroom and you get to play any of like the segments. But it's just like, okay, there's like really no interaction. So then that's why I jumped into the tried and true Rec Room. So they have Rec Royale, the Battle Royale mode, which is actually very cool. So you start off, you're in this like park watchtower, like fire watchtower pretty much, with the whole lobby. 24 players, 3 people per team. So that's what, 12? No, 8. 8 teams.
24?
Yeah, 8 teams of 3.
24 divided by 3 is 8.
Quick maths. And first things first, you guys know this Rainbow Siege porn? Rainbow Six Siege?
Well, hold on. What?
I wonder.
Yeah.
What did that even?
I wonder how you found out.
What just happened?
Some kid just started yelling it in this Rec Royale lobby, and then I'm like, you're in VR when some kid's just yelling out about siege porn. But yeah, whatever. You jump out of the thing, you could pull out a map from your backpack, so there's no like on-screen UI. If you want to see where we dropping, boys, you like put your arm over your back and you whip out a little map. Then you jump out, like you either could walk like with a dual stick type thing, or you could do the rec room teleport, like if you get nauseous from forward movement. You jump out of the airplane, and then you're actually two hands on a glider, so kind of like
Fortnite.
Like a Fortnite thing, but yeah, like you could like move it forward, back and forward and stuff.
That's cool. So you're playing with the wands, I'm assuming.
Wait,
yeah,
that didn't get you motion sick?
No, not that much. Though you think it would, but I don't know, maybe because I was like moving my hands and I was like leaning into it, so like my mind thought like, I was with it. But then you land, there's boxes, loot crates, what the fuck they call chests. You could get guns. You have 2 guns and then 2 things on your holster on your belt. So like you could put a potion, like a shield potion on your left, and like a secondary assault rifle on like your right, and like the shootings, Rec Room. If you ever played any Rec Room games, like VR shooting, it's not the greatest, but like when it does work, it feels pretty cool, and classic storm shrinking. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I gotta check it out with you. We should do a let's play of it or something. We always
all
say
3 of us. They're 3-player things. Yeah. So if you have VR, it's free, 100% free. Rec Royale. Yeah.
And then you also just got Dead Cells today, right? Did you get a chance to really?
Wow. I just played it for like about 20 minutes right before recording this, and that's fucking awesome. I love that. It really like so much of that Rogue Legacy vibes, which I absolutely loved.
The gameplay is what's key to it.
Oh yeah, within the first jump, I could feel like I had this.
Like if just feel, and like slicing and dodging and all that, it just feels good.
Yeah, it is really an enjoyable game. Highly recommend. I rented it on PS4 for some reason. I don't know why. So I think I might maybe pick it up on Switch if I enjoy it enough. And speaking of handhelds, I got to play WarioWare Gold. Dude, WarioWare is such an amazing. I really love it.
That's a 3DS game.
Yeah. Which shout out to the 3DS, man. I love that thing.
Yeah, I have Samus Returns on its way for 3DS, and I'm gonna probably play 10 minutes of it and say fuck this console and throw my 3DS in the bin.
It's actually one of like the faster feeling Metroids because you have that like counter. So it's like, oh, I'm exactly 38 out of 40 Metroids away from like beating this game, and it's like you like slowly see it go down.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, but besides that, WarioWare Gold's amazing. Dead Cells, Rec Room. I think that's about it.
And I assume more Destiny, right?
Yeah. What did I do in Destiny this week? I did something, but I forgot. Quickly. Yeah. Scorched Cannons, this limited time mode, like when Fortnite does like wacky snipers only or whatever. Free for all. Everyone jumps into Crucible with a Scorched Cannon, which are those like big rockets you get like during some campaign missions that like make you go in third person. Fucking amazing. Like when Bungie gets it right, they get it so right, but like also opposite.
Dude, I keep seeing like gameplay on PC in 60 frames, and it's like, I want to play Destiny on PC, but I don't want to buy it again.
Yeah, no, the double dip is terrible. I wouldn't.
It's like, especially for Destiny, you know what I mean? Like for you, a double dip on Destiny is whatever. It's your favorite game or one of them, but for me, it's like I don't like it that much. Like I like it, I don't like it that much. So.
But yeah, Crucible Labs, check out Scorched Cannon mode. What about you guys?
So I've been in like a weird kind of state with games. Haven't really touched the PS4 at all, really. Not since Black Ops 4, I don't think. I haven't played anything on PS4 since. Yeah, I don't think I played PS4 at all. I'm kind of still fucking around a little bit in Fortnite, just trying to get as many challenges done as possible. Kind of burned out on it. Not because I keep losing, not because I get frustrated. I'm just kind of bored. I think this might be my last. I'm gonna finish out the season, try to get to 100, and try to level up the level 100 skin as much as I can. And then I think this is actually the last season I buy the battle pass for now. Maybe if maybe like 2 seasons from now I have a resurgence like Miguel, maybe. But I think I'm skipping next season once this one wraps.
Which is soon, right?
I think 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks. So it's still
it's still like a month.
Still a bit left.
Okay.
And then what have I played?
Dead Cells.
Yeah, of course, more Dead Cells. I've
Have you beaten the boss?
Enough, so.
The main boss.
I beat the first major boss.
How many bosses are they?
I think there's 3, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I think it's like every 3 levels is a boss.
Excuse me.
And there's 9 levels. So I think, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me. And then what else have I been playing? I fucked around with Darkest Dungeon on Switch on my lunch break the other day, and I just like that game is so hard to just like jump back into and not get wrecked instantly, because it's like, fuck, I forgot I needed to bring more antidotes or more bandages because I went into the place with all the bleed and I forgot this guy, and this guy's not leveled up, so he's a piece of shit. And so it's like, I love that game, but I need to like sit down and play it for like another week straight to get back into it.
That's how I was like with Freedom Wars.
Yeah, see, the game that I'm not like that with, that I can jump right back into instantly, is Persona 4 Golden, which I also did. Whooped the shit out of the Yukiko dungeon boss. So I'm kind of slowly making my way. That's like my comfort food game. I think I said that last week, where it's like, if I'm like pissed off or upset or just like really bored and can't sleep at 3 a.m, I'll just pop on Persona 4 Golden on Vita. And then Miguel and I played Hunt Showdown over the weekend on PC, of course. We actually just got the news, because Gamescom has a lot of news this week. But just got the news that it's also coming to Xbox One as part of their game preview program. The game is horribly optimized on PC, so I can't imagine it's going to run any good on Xbox.
Horribly optimized.
Dude, both of us blow away the recommended specs and have to play it on low.
But that's in every fucking PC game. That's the reason a lot of the streamers play it in low settings.
No, but there's no excuse. The game's just there. I was
no
online that there's people complaining.
PUBG, there's no excuse. For Battlefield, there's no excuse. I
can
keep going.
PUBG went 1.0, all its problem. Well, not all, but like the problems I was having was fixed.
Performance aside, for Hunt Showdown could.
It's great.
Button wise, can that translate to controller?
Totally translatable to controller.
Okay, there's that like Okay,
it's not like PUBG, where like PUBG, I don't understand how people could if all you have is an Xbox, I get it. You just want to play the game. If you have a PC and an Xbox, how could you ever prefer playing it on Xbox? The menu, it's
not the menu, it's the inventory.
That's what I meant. The inventory. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
It's just unbearable on Xbox. So it's not like that kind of situation where you.
It's like, not unbearable.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
It slows you way down, man.
Well, that's what I mean. Is like it's so hard to, and then like, oh, I want to remove this one single attachment, but then I accidentally removed all the attachments, and that's another, 10 seconds.
It might be optimized. I mean, what was the last time that you played?
That's true. That's actually coming out of game preview soon, so I'll hop in just to see how it plays. But so back to Hunt Showdown though, dude. The game's so fun. I mean,
for those who don't know, what separates that? What separates that from other BRs?
It's not a battle
royale.
It's
not technically a battle royale.
It's really not. It's PvPvE. So essentially, is it 3 teams or 4 teams of 2?
3 teams.
3 teams of 2, and so you accept these contracts.
It could be 4, but I only seen the max is 3, I think, so far that I have noticed.
Okay, because I thought it could be up to 4.
It could be 4, yeah.
And that could just maybe like a service or like ping thing or something that we only get 3 teams. But so essentially, what you do is you accept a contract, before you load into the game, and you could either hunt
spider or
the spider or the butcher. They're just like 2 bosses in the world.
You can do both or one.
Yeah, you could do either or you can try to do like hit the home run and get both, and then you get a massive bounty. But
the twist is, I'm trying to whatever. Just keep going.
What do you mean?
Just keep going. What's the twist?
There's enemies in the world as well, like NPC enemies, and you're also, so it's like I said, it's player versus environment. So you spawn in the same world as the other players, so they can kill you, you can kill them. They can die from NPCs, you could die from NPCs. So it's like it's really tense sometimes.
The twist that I was referring to is that you have the contract, and they also have the contract. So if you want to go do the butcher, either you could go do it and try to extract it, or you could let the other team do it, and then go in and kill them and extract that their bounty.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different permutations where you can go about it, which is what makes it really fucking cool. So the first we completed 2 bounties on the night that we played. We survived a couple times, which, you know, like as long as you just don't die and reach the exit before the end of the match, your character lives, you just don't get the bounty. But we actually got the bounty twice. The first time, I think that the other teams were probably going for the spider while we were going for the butcher because no one came for us.
We heard shots around us, but we didn't see anyone.
Yeah, so but so the cool thing is when you kill the boss that you're hunting, and then you have to do this thing called you have to banish them. And when you start banishing the boss, it notifies everyone in the match. So the other teams will see on the map where the banishment is
happening. Yeah.
And they'll see where the bounty tokens are. So
they don't see it on the map. It's more like a lightning storm like in the sky.
No, it was on the map too. It's very hard to see.
It's it's the little,
like a little
lightning.
So
yeah, it's really hard to see.
The first time, I think that the other teams were just going for the other boss. So Miguel and I just kind of went in, killed the boss, got out. The other time we extracted the bounties, we're playing and we see someone's already banished the butcher. We're like, all right, fuck it. We'll just go for the spider then. And we're halfway to the spider. And I noticed, I was like, hey, wait a minute. This guy is moving towards the spider. Like so I noticed, and then there was the other bounty was still where the banishment happened. So I was like, there must be a team of 1 then, or his buddy must have got killed. So I was like, well, why don't we just go get that 1 bounty for free? And then it turned out I went to the bounty. I picked it up.
Miguel went to pick it up.
Miguel found, because you can see where the bounties are. So he went and tracked down the other guy that had the other bounty, killed him, stole his bounty. I stole the bounty left over, and then we both extracted it. And so basically we beat the boss for free, basically. So it's really cool. There's a lot of really cool ways of going about it. In game, like there's a lot of enemies that are like you have to kind of learn their paths, and like so there's like an armored enemy we know we can take out with a lantern. Like you throw the lantern at it, burns them. So we know how to go about that guy. But then there's like this hive lady that walks around with like a neck all fucked up, I guess, and she sends like this poisonous hive after you, and it just fucks you up. So we're like, anytime we see it, we freak out. We're like, no, fuck, to run. So I really dig it. I'm glad more people are going to get to play it on Xbox. Hopefully, it runs good on Xbox. But yeah, I really, really like the game. I wish it was coming to PlayStation, but what are you going to do?
Sounds fun. Miguel, what else you been playing?
Miguel, you have been playing a new game as well.
Yes. I just got it yesterday. I was streaming it for like 2 hours. And the game is Guacamelee 2.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah. I have a major complaint with the game. I like the game.
Okay.
If you like Guacamelee, you're gonna like this game. It's pretty much more of it. I'm like I said, like I'm in 2 hours and a half in. But I don't know if I don't remember if this was a problem when the game like launched, the first one. But when I'm like trying to like jump and like to get to the platform, you gotta do the uppercut. I think it's called the rooster uppercut punch or something like that to get higher. Like I press, I think it is, let me remember. So you jump with X, you press circle. There we go. You press circle to do it. And sometimes it doesn't capture it. Like there's a delay when I'm pressing what I want to do. I don't know if that is how the game is, or
now, are you playing on
the PS4?
But like monitor wise, are you playing on a TV or are you playing it?
No, like and my monitor.
But is it directly into the monitor, or are you going through your Elgato and then to the monitor?
I'm going to the Elgato because I was streaming, but that was really annoying. But
now, are you looking at it? Are you, because there's like a pass through on the Elgato? Are you using the pass through into the monitor?
Yes.
Okay, because I was going to say, if you're looking at it in the game Capture HD.
Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
That's
I'm not doing that. No.
I would say try going directly into your TV. Maybe there's just a little bit of a lag going on with your capture card.
It could be me, dude. I don't know. But I noticed that, and I was getting really annoyed. Because I was dying a lot, like doing like the jumpy puzzles. And I was dying a lot because of that. Like I'm pressing it, I'm holding it, but it's not doing anything. or does it really late?
Sounds like there must be a latency issue then, because I feel like you're pretty good at that, like timing and stuff.
I'm amazing in every game, bro. Just talking about.
Nah,
nah, but
otherwise, though, like the
gameplay, it's more Guacamelee, honestly.
Nice.
If you like the first one,
honestly,
yeah,
still gotta beat the first one.
There is a skill tree system because you could use different characters in the game, so each one has his own. Yeah.
Well, the first game you were able to play as the girl, right?
Yeah. Now I think it's up to 5 different characters or 6. I could be wrong. Just because they're black. It's just the black highlight. So I don't know.
Right, like the silhouette.
Yeah. I like it so far. You start with the fucking Juan is fucking fat.
Yeah, Juan Aguaque.
Yeah, he's fat, so he goes and gets the mask, and then he like buffs up like in a second. It's great, dude. It's hilarious. And you start fighting the N. So you start with the N or the first game, like fighting the boss, but you beat it like really quick. And like there's a story to it why it's showing it, but I enjoy it. Hopefully by next week I'm done with it, and I'll be able to talk about it a little bit more.
Nice.
Other than that, I have played. I'm just gonna run down the list. All right. Obviously, Showdown, PUBG, fucking one of the best rounds I had. Didn't win, but oof, man, I was killing everyone.
Have you seen the fixed PUBG campaign in effect at all, or same old PUBG?
Same old, dude.
Okay.
Realm Royale, Dead by Daylight on the PS4 and on the PC.
We got to play together on PC.
Yeah. Iron Sight. A little bit more of that. Game's great. What can I say?
It's that free to play Call of Duty-esque shooter.
Yeah, wannabe. Yeah, it feels great. Dude, Rainbow Six Siege. A couple matches of that.
Yeah,
there's the 2 new operators for me. They're new. They just announced 2 more. I think we talked about it last week. Fuck, dude.
Wildlands.
Wildlands. The PvP. It's Ghost Wars.
Ghost Wars. Yeah.
Another amazing, dude. Couple rounds. I started playing that, and there's a bunch of new characters, bro.
See, that's the problem. Is like I want to play all these games. Like,
oh my god!
You'll be like, let's play Siege. You'll be like, fuck, I want to play Siege. And then you'd be like, but I also play Wildlands. I'm like, fuck, I want to play Wildlands. And then you're like, oh, let's play Dead by Daylight. I'm like, fuck, I want to play Dead by Daylight. So it's like I never know what to play.
So many games,
I want all of those games that you just mentioned are so good. Like at least I really like them. It just sucks because it's like I don't know how to ration my time to play. Do I play a little bit of each or a lot of one? You know?
Yep. Fortnite, Battlefield 4. On Saturday when we started playing Hunt, we talked about it, and I was like, I wanted to play more Black Ops 4.
Yeah,
and we talked about it. I was like, it's good, and yeah, we can't wait.
We were like having withdrawals from Black Ops 4 because the 2 weekends before that we'd been playing it all weekend. So.
And I think
Blackout now is at least 4 days because the Xbox beta.
Oh, it's more than 4 days.
It's
gonna be a full week, bro. It's gonna be a 4 week. For PlayStation,
they gotta stress test the shit out of that. Like the normal multiplayer, like they can.
My question for you, especially for you, Jeff.
Yep.
Isn't it usually? Don't they announce like the zombies? Like they show more zombies, like in Gamescom.
They said that they were going to show zombies 2 or 3 more times before the game comes out, and everyone thought it was going to be Gamescom and PAX West, but they didn't yet at Gamescom. Okay. I mean, also this what they're doing. Black Ops 4.
They could do it tomorrow.
They could, yeah, it could be
a couple more days.
They normally don't even show nearly this amount of zombie shit this much before the game. So
I want to see a trailer. I don't care about zombies, honestly. You do, I know you do, but
a trailer for the
trailer for the Battle Royale, dude. Like I want to see gameplay for it.
I want to see, now that you just brought up the not zombies, those little single player missions for the specialist or whatever the fuck those are going to be.
That's dude, it's going to be tacked on. I'm not expecting much. I'm not expecting much, and if it is cool, then it's just a bonus.
One thing before we get into Black Ops 3,
into the footlong of news that we have, I just want to talk about really quick about there's a bunch of news. I don't think we mentioned. I forgot if we did or not. The Battlefield 5 fiasco that's going on right now. People saying, "Oh, it's dead" and all this stuff, and I think the
Pre-orders are super
pre-order
low.
sales are like super low. It's like
Lower than Black
85%
Ops 4.
under Black Ops
Which are-
4.
So it's
But
Red
Black Ops
Dead is
4 is
obviously
still
on
low.
top. Black Ops 4 is under that, and then Battlefield is like way under Black Ops, I think.
Yeah. Everyone keeps mentioning about the women, women Battlefield 2 and all this stuff, and the prosthetic arm stuff. I'm like, it's a game. Who cares? I really don't care. My opinion about it, and I mentioned it to you, Jeff, and to you guys, to you, Anthony, too, that I don't think that's the problem. Like the casual players are looking at the game saying it's a World War II, but it looks really similar to what we just played a couple years ago, which is Battlefield 1.
Well, not only that, we literally did just get a World War II game with Call of Duty, which I know it's different,
That too.
but it is still in that same kind of era. And it's like, there are going to be the same, similar guns because they're based on the real guns that were around that era,
And I think that there's a emphasis when they talked about it at the beginning when they announced the game, that they're not focusing on the main war. They're like expanding on smaller things that's happening during the war.
The untold stories of World
Exactly.
War II.
So, like, even the maps are probably not getting focused on the big stuff. They're probably on the smaller stuff for that same reason. Because I don't want to we're just playing more DLC. Because people are gonna compare this and say, oh, it's just DLC for Battlefield 1.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
So let me jump back. So yes, I agree with you. No one's, or a fucking huge small minority is actually upset that it's there's it's babies online. No one actually gives a shit.
Yeah, it's a vocal minority.
It's so stupid. And I see where you're coming from with it's the very similar in style to the most recent one, Battlefield 1. But what I think is the most important reason for these down in pre-orders and just overall less positive attitude on the game is the Battlefront 2 fiasco. I really feel like even the most mainstream of people know about what happened with Battlefront 2 and know bad tasted left in everyone's mouths. And you got another game called Battle by EA and DICE. I mean, I
can see that, but they already announced that all that stuff is gonna be free. Everything's gonna be free.
People are gonna be hesitant about it. I mean, they're going to be apprehensive towards.
And if they got, there's another thing to think about is if people got Battlefield 1 and they got the premium pass, you know how long it took for the first DLC to come out?
Took a long time for all
5 months.
Yeah.
And after the second DLC came out, for the third DLC to come out, it was 8 months. They took forever, dude, because the game was broken.
It took all more than a year to have all the
Oh, dude, it took almost 2 years to get all the DLC.
Dude, Apocalypse came out. Was Apocalypse the last one, or what was the last one?
I stopped playing the game.
Apocalypse sounds like it.
And I got it.
Apocalypse.
Yeah, I don't, dude.
I think Apocalypse is might be one. Yeah,
because the second one was In the Name of the Czar, and I thought that was like the third or fourth one. I thought that I just had been.
And then they even released the whole DLC. On that, they released a map, and then they took another month.
Yeah, I hate their map thing, but their map release schedule.
Yeah.
It's not time to play Battlefield 1 maps because it is time for the Island Report.
There'll be a lot of news today.
There are 4 pages.
Literally 4 foot longs worth of news. Jeff?
A captain's count. First up, we have NPD's numbers coming hot off the presses. Literally,
what just happened?
I thought you froze for me, dude. You stands still, and I'm
I was waiting for you to say captain's count. You missed it.
Oh boy.
First up, hot off the presses from the man himself, just hours ago, Wary 64. We got the NPD numbers. Pretty interesting. Number 1 for July of 2018, of course. Number 1, Octopath Traveler.
Cool.
Also sold enough to push Switch sales, and Nintendo Switch was the top selling console, beating PS4 and Xbox One in July as well. Question from the press pool.
Question, Mr. Jeff. If they had named this game Final Fantasy like stories or something, would that have sold even more?
Yeah. Oh, but it would be on the fucking #1 next month as well. Like,
if it had Final Fantasy anything in it.
I wonder why they didn't do it. Like, I mean,
it's not made by. It's made by Square Enix.
I know that, but
it's made by the guys that did Bravely. I'm surprised it wasn't a Bravely Default sequel. Honestly.
Yeah. They could have named it Final Fantasy fucking 16 if they really wanted to.
I think Jared Petty said on one of the kind of funny things, made a good point. When people have like, when you do like, if it was Final Fantasy 16, a number, while it has like a legacy and a franchise that people buy, has a lot of baggage also, and it's much harder to bring new people in to a series. Number 16, I don't know the whole story. Number 2 on the list, Grand Theft Auto 5, of course. Number 3, Mario Kart 8. Number 4, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, of course, getting that boost from consoles on new systems. 5, Breath of the Wild. 6, Far Cry 5. 7, Odyssey. Any other interesting ones? Lego Incredibles at 12.
God of War 13.
God of War still staying up there.
Rainbow Six Siege still selling.
Shouts out to the update. I know none of us got to play it, but I wanted to. The new game plus for God of War this week. I was checking out a lot of the new armor they added on the subreddit. Some cool stuff. They have like I
don't think I'm even gonna start a new game plus until I'm ready to really fully replay it. Because I feel like if I start a new game plus, play it for an hour, put it down, I'll never go back to it. So I feel like it's like until I really want to replay it.
What is the best selling game of 2018 so far? Just give me a guess.
Far Cry 5.
You saw it. God damn it, bro.
Yeah, I mean that probably would have been my guess too.
I'm surprised it is not Call of Duty, honestly. Because
I mean, like what's called? Ubisoft has had it 3 years in a row.
That's true. Good call.
With
Wildlands and
Wildlands Division. No, yeah, was Division 16? No, whatever. Another game.
Yeah. Got to see Siege up there too. We got to play more of it.
Siege is up there. There's a lot of cool numbers on the MPDs, but you know where to find them. Next up, talking more about lists. Sony announced in a blog post that it now sold through 3 million PSVR units and 21.9 PSVR games and important experiences. So of course, those are like probably the free Spider-Man shit and like Call of Duty, like, you know, demos pretty much. But like,
I'm surprised.
Still, that's 7 experiences, 7 or 4 per PSVR owner. That's a solid attach rate for anyone.
Number 1, Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim VR. I am surprised this game is fucking there.
Dude, I'm not surprised. People keep buying Skyrim. Todd Howard said it himself.
Jesus,
you don't want us to keep putting Skyrim out. Stop buying Skyrim. Game sells. The game will never not sell.
Dude. Yeah, Skyrim being number 1 on most downplayed PSVR games. Pretty crazy.
You gotta remember, I think it came to PSVR first, too. Did it?
Repeat that again for me?
Did it? No, what am I thinking? What came to PSVR first? Did Skyrim launch on PSVR first
Doom.
and then
no,
on POS?
Doom.
No, I didn't.
I thought Skyrim launched on PSVR first and then like a month or 2 later it came out.
I think it might have. I think
could be wrong. Yeah, it could be.
I don't know why
I'm glad
something, but I thought it was that.
I'm glad to see their Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, you know how I feel about it. It was my game of the year last year.
I wonder exactly what this list is. Most played, you know, most time spent in VR,
probably.
Or most
because I mean, Red
people that turned it on. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
Red Room is number 3
because Resident Evil 7 would be in all of them.
I mean, Job Simulator would be probably number 1.
Yeah, it's
if you
always
think about it.
Yeah.
Either way, not bad.
Super Hot being
a couple games.
Continuing the trend from PlayStation News, we have 4 new vibrant controller colors joining the lineup coming in September, $65 each, and we have 4 colors by the name.
So we got,
you got them.
The berry blue, the sunset orange.
Slash fucking Goku, the Sunshine Orange.
No, but it also Nathan Ulick, one of our listeners, also pointed out Denver Broncos colors
or Chicago Bear colors. Just saying,
or Chicago Bear colors, depending on which loser you want to.
The blue camo definitely is the worst one over here, and then
no, I kind of like the blue camo.
Really?
Really
not a fan of the copper. Yeah, I liked the blue camo one.
I hate camo design.
My favorite is the sunset orange. I just gotta say that.
Of course, dude. I would.
That is the best one.
Honestly, I think that the limited edition one that we showed that we talked about last week that's the best one out of any of the new ones. But that's obviously going to be limited supply. But I really want one of those limited edition ones.
Also asks from the facebook.com/group
Fucking read my mind.
best friends page, where you could also submit your own questions. With new DualShock colors coming out more often, do you think Sony will ever adopt a customizable controller option like Xbox does? Great question. Thank you for sending it in. Honestly, I don't see it happening, and I actually kind of like having more wacky color options and having them like mass produced. So now this could possibly, more likely than a custom controller from Xbox, this one could more likely be on sale. There you go.
You see that I wouldn't. That's just you being a cheapo. I wouldn't take that into account. I don't think that they'll do it either. But I wouldn't say that I like them dictating what the colors are more. I mean, just because it might go on sale, that's like, come on. I don't have a customized game. What is it, like Game Labs or whatever the fuck they call it, like Controller Labs, I don't know, whatever they call it for Xbox. I don't have one personally, but it is really cool that you can customize like, the whole controller. I've seen some wacky looking ones, and I think it's pretty cool. What is it, an extra $10 to get one of the customized Xbox ones? I feel like, and I said this to you guys because we did talk about this offline as well, I feel like it's just too late in the PS4's generation, unless they're going to just have the DualShock 4 be the PS5's controller too, which, I'm sure we'll see some kind of upgrade to a DualShock 5. Unless they do that, I think it's a little too late in the console generation. I feel like we're probably going to get a new console in the next 2 years. Why are they going to R&D so much work doing PS4 controllers if they were going to do it with the next gen? I mean, there are still a lot of units out there. It would still sell. I'm not saying it won't sell at all. I mean, it's there's a ridiculous amount of PS4s in the wild, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they're not doing it this generation. If they do it, it's gonna be next, and they'll probably launch something like that and launch a what would you call it? PS4 DualShock 5 Elite controller.
Yeah,
you think they launch with an Elite controller for the PS5?
Do that, and it would be the same like design as the Xbox, but like in the DualShock. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, actually
like
thinking about it now, though, it would. I mean, Xbox is actually doing it. The Xbox actually announced a bunch of cool colors as well, and they have the labs. So, I mean, it's not like you can't have
do both
mixed up. Yeah.
Because just to say, that SCOP controller that they partner with, that's way too much fucking money for that thing.
The which one? The PUBG one?
Was it? No, I'm saying
the PS4 SCUF one.
The Elite SCUF.
It looks like the Elite controller from Xbox, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's just too much money for that, dude.
Yeah.
Way too much.
What do you guys think they could even change with the DualShock 5? You think they keep it the same?
I'm sure they'll change the.
I think they're taking out the touchpad. I think touchpad's gone.
Yes, I can see that. There's still gonna be a light in there, light bar, for sure.
100%. Maybe
for VR.
Maybe a more updated light that has better tracking or something. Or like
how about those speakers?
See, I think they keep the controller the same. I think touch bar potentially stays just because if it's going to be backwards compatible with PS4,
that is true.
Use it. But I think that it's going to have better. I'm trying to think like fucking better.
I could see having worse. I could
I got to charge my controller 3 times in one PlayStation. What the fuck?
Really?
I'm trying to.
I have 3 controllers.
Not literally.
They would change the triggers on it.
I'm trying to think like forward, like what could they use to pair with PSVR? I'm thinking maybe better gyros in it, maybe some kind of infrared sensor in the control. I don't know. I'm just trying to think something that'll tie in with VR built into the main.
You know what? Would they have? Remember that before, I think it was before the PS4 was announced, there was a controller that
boomerang one?
There was this controller. It looked like the DualShock, but you were able to detach it, and it had like the 2 little move balls. That's gonna be the 5, bro.
Oh yeah, the
How funny would it be if that actually was like that idea? Maybe not that exact one, but that idea.
This is what they could change: the fucking sticks, these shitty rubber mesh things that literally rip off anyone of like my dirty friends.
I have not had any, bro. The newer ones are fine.
Yeah, I have not had any problem.
I have one of the newer ones, the silver one, in my hand, and
I have the Batman Arkham Knight one, and I have no issues.
I think it was just the first batch, maybe the second batch.
You just like rub your controller joysticks to me.
I should remember.
I've had this one since when did Arkham Knight come out? 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've had this.
I mean,
controller
the first batch were the really bad ones, dude. Like, have you bought a newer one anytime?
Yeah, dude, my left stick broke easily. But moving on from controller talk, Battlefield 5 not only had a new trailer this week, also got beta news. An open beta will be available for Xbox, PS4,
that's
and
key.
PC on September 4th.
Early
Yeah,
access.
so okay, early access
And then
September 4th,
That's
and then
sick, yeah.
everyone else for the 6th. No need
It's
to
an
pre-order
open
one
beta
right now.
for early access. That makes sense.
I mean, that's for the people that are paying for
I know
the...
it's just stupid to say the early access
access.
beta is on the 4th and the open beta is 6th. It's just the wording of it's just
Wow, classic. It's going to be Conquest mode and the Arctic Fjords map. They have like a thing with making their beta maps the snow maps. Or
It's
like
like-
demos, always.
It's the Grand Operations and Conquest modes are the two
Yeah.
available.
So
And
look out for that.
I think this is key to, if the game is good, to have the pre-orders go straight up. I like that it's open. I will be playing it, and I will be
I'm gonna try
talking
the
about it.
PC and PS4.
Not
see.
fucking around with the PC. I'm not
No,
there.
just to see how it runs. But
Well,
I'll play
supposedly
it.
he's going to look insane with the new NVIDIA graphics cards they announced this week. There's a funny meme.
Yeah,
It's like it's like the dude pointing at his head. It's like can't have graphics card shortage. No one could afford them.
Exactly.
Like 2016 and 2019, like 2016, 2019 will be a year without an Assassin's Creed game. Speaking with GameSpot during Gamescom, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot revealed that his company will not release a new entry in the annualized franchise.
Which means Watch Dogs 3 or Splinter Cell.
Yeah, we'll have to see what
Or
happens.
Ghost
I
Recon.
think, though, Odyssey is going to have a longer post. I mean, we're still like getting post-game content for like Origins, so
Yeah, but Odyssey is going to have an even longer tail.
100%.
Uh,
Yeah, man.
wait. The two games, I mean, Origins and Odyssey, were they developed at separate times, like in different studios?
Yeah, two different studios. Yeah, there's there's actually this cool graphic online that you could see all the teams that do what. I think the Odyssey team is the
And
Syndicate
how
team.
the fuck did they end up pretty much being with the similar systems?
Well, I would say Origins was probably in development first. They probably had both
Yes.
teams on it, and then
There's
once
like
it was
yeah.
closer to launch, they probably moved the other team to Odyssey.
I can see that. I can see
Because
that.
there's like
That's probably
six,
what
like
Just
Ubisoft.
because it's two separate teams doesn't mean they can't also work together too.
And there was some trailers.
Once Origins shipped, they probably moved some people over
Yeah,
else.
probably. The new trailer that they're showing up in Gamescom, the one with Medusa,
Yeah.
looks really cool, dude.
Yeah, they're leading into myths and stuff like
Yeah.
they're not going
Which is
historically
which is
accurate.
a departure from older.
They
Assassin's
started to
Creed
do it with Origins as DLC with like the god like the
Well,
god.
even like Assassin's Creed 3 had the hypothetical like, what if George
Yeah.
Washington
Yeah.
took over and became king? But that was like all hypothetical.
Yeah, it's always been reserved for DLC a lot as well. Next up, speaking of the mystics and magics, Supermassive Game announced a new horror series, The Dark Pictures Anthology. So that's like the name of the series, and it's going to be pretty much just like standalone horror experiences, horror games, matching Until Dawn, that type of gameplay. Actually being published by Bandai Namco this time around, so you'll see it on the Xbox and PC.
As well as PS4.
As well as PS4, of course. And expect the first game in the anthology, The Man of Medan, in sometime in 2019. And also, the CEO said that he's going for two games a year. So that's gonna be an interesting.
Ooh, okay, do we know how long the development cycle was for Until Dawn? Because wasn't it
Yeah, I mean,
different game
it was
originally?
a
And
different game exactly. Yeah, it was supposed to be a move game, first-person move game.
oh my god, yeah. So I wonder how long once they decided to make it what it ended up being. I wonder how long the dev cycle was from
3 years. Because
I mean,
let's say
they
that
have the engine.
They do have the
Okay,
engine
here,
already made
They
into
have the
those.
engine already.
and they're going to be shorter games. I don't think they've
Yeah,
said
they're
that, but
gonna
I
be shorter,
assume
yes.
they're going to be shorter. How could they not? You know, it
Which Until Dawn, I would say
was on the longer side.
The first half is better than the second half, I would say. I love the game, don't get me wrong. But yeah, like once you hit the
Not
halfway
valid.
point, I was kind of like, all right, I kind of wish it ended there, and then it keeps going.
It probably is gonna end it, and that was what, probably like 4 hours in.
I would say it was like 10, 12 hours long. So yeah, about 4 or 5
around
hours.
4 or 5 hours. It probably be around 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah. So if they're doing shorter games, I'm with it because I do feel like Until Dawn went a little long. But yeah, I was so excited for this. I was probably the most excited out of the three of us.
I did mention to you guys that the trailer looks better than the fucking trailers for horror movies nowadays.
Yeah, I was
like, wow, that was great, dude.
Yeah, so I'm excited. They're leaning into using real world kind of recognizable actors as well.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I'm really excited. Like I said, I'm a huge Until Dawn fan. Can't wait to. I want to replay it this winter. That's like a very October, November, December game for me.
Especially with all the new games coming out around.
Well, I know. Time. Well, it's a game where I played it when my sister-in-law was over, and it was kind of like watching a movie together, but we were playing it. So can't wait to hopefully go back to it. But yeah, I'm super excited about this news.
Yeah, as a scaredy cat, Until Dawn was actually one of the only games because it was so good and I enjoyed it so much. I'm like, I'll play this game with the lights on so I can play through it.
With the lights on.
So I'm actually pretty excited for this as well. But next up,
Wendigos. Did I ever make the joke on here that I said if Quantic Dream made Until Dawn, it would have been called Wendigo Prophecy?
Nice.
Instead of Indigo Prophecy. Get it? It's a pun. Next.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night has been delayed into 2019, and the PS Vita version has been canceled. This decision by the team is, quote, largely due to Sony's plans to discontinue the Vita console, ending production of physical copies, side note, in early next year. So I think in March they have until. Back to quote, and stopping certain online store support features. Announced by Koji Igarashi to Kickstarter backers and via YouTube. I don't really get what he means by online store support features.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, "Oh, do you know something I don't know?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're gonna shut it down.
That's what I had a meltdown to you guys where I was like, "Oh my god, what the fuck am I gonna do when they shut down the PSN store on Vita?" But I don't know. It sounds like he either he meant something different or he knows something we don't know about the store. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense from as far as they're not making any physical cartridges anymore. It's a bummer, but I get it. I understand. And they are offering either a full refund or choose literally any other SKU for the game, and they'll give it to you. So they're doing the right thing on as far as people that pre-ordered that SKU.
Yeah, I mean it's tough to develop a game for a system where the fucking creators aren't supporting.
I mean, games do sell on that system still. So I'm just.
But I feel like it's digital. They said, you know what I mean.
And also,
it is weird that they didn't just cancel the physical release of the Vita version. Unless maybe I heard the Vita version ran well too. I thought Jared Petty had said it ran well.
Oh really? I don't
know.
Don't nod. Square Enix has released new details about Life is Strange 2 is coming out September 27, 2018. Get hype if you enjoyed the original.
Not hype at all.
The Dark Souls trilogy has been announced.
I still got to be Before the Storm.
Not bueno. I didn't like it at all.
The Dark Souls trilogy has been announced for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and has given an October 19th release date. So this is pretty much just bundling them, right?
Everything together that's already available.
Is that going to affect the sales of the Switch version?
No, because the trilogy isn't coming to Switch.
Oh, yeah. I know. It's just the first game, right?
And also, now, I mean, I guess it's for newcomers because if you're
people
that
bought 1 and 2 on last gen.
Yeah.
My question is, when is the 4 coming out?
I think they said
it stopped. Yeah.
I thought that one of the DLCs for Dark Souls 3 definitively ended it.
Oh, really?
It's no possibility of doing another. I don't know. I didn't beat it. I didn't play it, but that's what I heard.
Either way, I mean, I don't know why he would want to make another Dark Souls. Just make.
Well, they're making Shadows Die Twice now.
Make another similar game. Why keep it attached to this name?
Yeah, that's what they're doing with Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
That does not look like a Dark Souls game, in my opinion.
Moving over to THQ, THQ Nordic revealed a new installment of Desperados, a tactical game set in the Wild West, coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Steam. Also, THQ is bringing Saints Row 3 over to the Switch in an interesting...
For reasons.
Hey, they're fucking putting...
that game...
on that PS4. Just put all their games...
Dude, how much money does THQ Nordic have? They just keep bringing back all these IPs people either didn't know existed or people completely forgot about.
They're making money.
You guys make fun of Saints Row the Third.
No, I'm not making fun of it. Great. I just think it's a very odd choice to put on Switch is all. I don't know.
And I mean, from the, 4, I think? Yeah, there's 4.
I like 3 better than 4. I like 3 better than 4.
Yeah, 3 is a lot better.
4 was just a lot of
That was like the cyberspace one.
Yeah,
4 was the
it
one
was
that
the
was
s-
the superpower.
it was the
Crap.
superpower one. Yeah,
They just went way too far on it.
I like
That's
the
way
more
too much.
grounded. Caesar
Which one's
thing.
the one where you become the president? Is that the third one?
That's
That's
3
yeah.
and 4. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
we just did this.
Uh-huh.
You remain the president, like
Yeah, he just had superpowers. I was like, what the fuck? That's so dumb. But whatever.
Hitman is far from dead. No, I don't even know why that was a question. I don't know
You're
who brought
just,
that up.
what are you doing with this weird like editorialization of the headline? Just read the headline. You're doing weird stuff this episode.
IO Interactive announced that all season 1 missions will carry over to the sequel as long as you owned the original game on the same system. You could play all those areas, all the locations in Hitman 1 in Hitman 2 in the new engine.
I think you
It's
can
not
buy
gonna
them
be
as
out there for
DLC.
launch. I'm just clarifying that they're gonna release them eventually, throughout the game cycle.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of. It's
Yeah.
kind of like okay. Here's a good example. Remember, if you bought the $100 or $80, I don't remember which one it was, the middle edition of Black Ops 1, and it gave you the season pass, and then you also got the Resurrection DLC before it was called Resurrection, and it was like all the World at War zombie maps.
Yeah.
It just gave you the like at launch you got them, and then like later on they released it as Resurrection. So it's kind of similar to that, where like if you bought season 1 and you buy season 2, or it's just Hitman 2, I guess it's not seasons anymore, whatever. Like we got said, you're not gonna get it at launch, but you are gonna be grandfathered into those original maps on Hitman 2 in the new engine. But I think they also said you're gonna be able to buy them later on if you didn't own Hitman 1 season 1.
That's really cool. I love, imagine Modern Warfare 3 brought over all the Modern Warfare maps.
Let's not get into it, bro.
Um,
You're just gonna crush my fucking heart.
Moving over to the
Hitman's
Xbox
great. Go
news section, Microsoft revealed a mobile app for Xbox Game Pass on iOS and Android. When I originally saw this news piece, I'm like, holy shit.
They're putting
doing
Xbox
it?
games on phones.
Yeah, no, is Xbox Game Pass got streaming coming to iOS?
That's
So
what I
could
thought
play
originally
Halo.
too, and then it was way more lame than that.
It's just you can manage your subscription. They also
Pretty much,
announced-
and you're able to download like games from.
You're able to like tell your console to download the game.
Because the
just
one
like you
that
could
the one
on the
that I
normal
don't know,
Xbox
what's
app.
the one that's on the phone right now? Smart.
Smart. No,
It's
Smart
just an
Glass is
Xbox app. It used to be Smart Glass, and then they turned it into
Okay,
just
well, that you're able to like download something on it only if your Xbox is on and you're in the same Wi-Fi. I can.
that's
It's
weird.
not like the PlayStation one.
PlayStation 1. You could tell it
somewhere
remotely. Yeah,
Yeah,
same way like
if
from a
it's a
browser.
sleep mode, which is great. So it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, kind of
Right.
whatever news. Not really noteworthy. I don't know why it's even here.
Microsoft also announced a
Hey,
bunch of
something new, bro.
Xbox One bundles and accessories. So if you're looking to get not really a deal, but if you're trying to get a new Xbox, there's a bunch of stuff.
We got one for Tomb Raider. We got one for Horse of Horizon 4. We got one for Battlefield 5. We got one for Fallout 76. And
PUBG's
and a bunch of them.
Battlegrounds.
Controller, elite controller, or limited edition controller.
Yeah, it's
And
very
two-
interesting because most of the bundles, I think the Tomb Raider one, the Battlefield one, the Fall one, they all have a X and S version. And it's like
Yes.
the S is 300 and the X is 500. Literally, only difference is one has an
Jesus
X,
Christ.
one has an S. And
Such
it's
a
like,
joke.
oh, wow, you're really just like shoving it in consumers' face. Like this one is clearly just $200 more. Like that's a big ask from people, Like if it's 100 and like good marketing, you could fudge it. But this is like these two boxes are extremely similar. One's more powerful and $200 more. Like how much
And-
more money?
And you know what's the probably difference on the box? Like the box is probably the same, other than the name Xbox One S or X, right?
Yeah.
The same image, and in the bottom, instead of one having 4K 4K HDR, is one of the boxes not gonna have that.
Oh, well, not even that. Also, I bet all the bundles are the same box, but they're just like a sleeve on top that just has like with the because they're
Yeah,
not.
it's probably just a green Xbox box.
No, yeah, none of the what's it called are special designed. Also,
Oh,
note
no,
that.
it's just
They're
like the
all
black
just
one or
black
white.
or white systems.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very interesting.
It's not like an
Um,
actual design. Like it's just
The standard,
black
yeah.
or- or
it's just an
white
Xbox with
with
the
the
free
game.
with the free new game, yeah, which is
that's what it is.
extra game. Thank you, Xbox. More Xbox news. This time rumored Xbox All Access looks to be like a new subscription service that includes Xbox Live Game Pass and a console. Customers will be able to pay around $22 a month and get them for 2 years. So it's a payment plan pretty much. $22 for 2 years. You could get an Xbox One S, Xbox Live for that whole time, as well as Xbox Game Pass for 24 months, or $35 and get yourself an X in the same system. I saw the math get done on the forum. You save like $30 or something like that. Granted, let's say maybe Xbox Live goes on sale at some point and could have you gotten it cheaper, but it's a cool new model.
If it happens,
a little late to be doing that in the cycle. I feel like, considering they are the ones talking about the new consoles.
It's a way to sell consoles, bro.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I feel like you would want to start that with the next generation, but whatever. If it works, it works. Next.
Quicker news: Xbox Halo Master Chief Collection coming to Game Pass on September 1st. Battlegrounds PUBG will be leaving Xbox One game preview, and the full game will be released September 4th. Also, new update to PUBG. There's going to be a training mode on PC that allows 5 to 20 players to practice and improve their skills in a 2x2 map.
So it's basically the training island. Or the lobby.
It's actually they built a little mini place for it. So it looks cool, there's pictures for it, and it looks like
if you want to fuck around with guns and shit,
you could do parkour.
That's gonna be their playground mode from Fortnite, but without the building.
Pretty much we'll learn the weapons and stuff like that.
Speaking of battle royales, Storm Divers is a battle royale game by the makers of Resogun. Storm Divers is a third-person shooter that Housemarque has been toying with for more than 3 years now. So this isn't one of those games where they're jumping on the fad. They're like, hey, we wanted to make this online game back in 2015, and it just so happens they were on the money and where the trends were going to be. Expect this coming to PC and early access next year.
It's going to flop.
I mean, I hope by the time it comes out, people are bored of Fortnite, honestly, but we'll see.
When this comes out, there's gonna be so many fucking.
It's gonna be the new season of Fortnite, probably.
So,
like, it'll probably launch on the remember what was that game that they took off the PSN? That it was like it launched for like $20 on like the same week that the new Fortnite season started. And it's like, dude, what are you doing?
It seems different enough. Check it out. They showed some pictures. Jumping back to the Switch, Telltale Games announced today that it will release The Walking Dead Complete First Season on Nintendo Switch August 28th this month for $25, and will later follow that up with releasing the second season, third season, and all the extra 400 days stuff. And
wait, the third season was the season with the guy?
Great call.
Javier?
What
guy? The third season, he plays the guy instead of Clem.
Oh fuck! I had no idea.
No, you go back and forth.
Well, whatever. That's the season. That's season 3. For some reason, I thought the final season was season 3, but it's season 4. All right,
it's 4.
Next.
Is that the new Skyrim?
What?
Is that the new Skyrim? I mean, they keep releasing the fucking those games.
Telltale's always is way more intense than Skyrim. Dude, Telltale's
it's just weird because they released season 3 on Switch before they released season 4 before seasons 1, 2, and 3. So.
Oh, are they? Well, is 4
season 3 is out, right? Or I keep saying
final
season 3.
Season
the final season is out.
The first
now.
episode.
Yeah, whatever is out on the Switch.
Dope. The Battle Royale Fear of the Wolves is headed to Steam Early Access on August 28th.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Capcom has it has wolves.
It does have wolves. It's spelled wrong though. Is that copy pasted?
Fear of the Wolves, not wolves.
The wolves what? It's like, is it possessive? Because there's an F in this one. Whatever. Capcom has revealed Devil May Cry 5 will be released on March 8th, 2019. They also showed some gameplay. Looks pretty tight. Looks more darker than DMC. Looks more in tune to DMC 4, which would fucking make sense because it's called DMC 5. Or Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say DMC Devil May Cry is different from Devil May Cry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So that's cool if you're into that. I really enjoyed DMC, so maybe I'll pick that up. Activision has announced this week that From Software's Sekiro Shadow Die Twice is officially coming March 22nd, 2019 to PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. It's going to be a insane
Q1's already. Q1's going to be nuts between Division and Anthem alone launch on the same day, and then Kingdom Hearts, and then Sekiro, and then Devil May Cry. And just...
Anthem.
Not a time. Not a time.
Is this the game made by the Dark Souls
Yes,
guys.
From Software made Dark Souls.
And you said that they said it's harder than Dark Souls.
That's what they said. That's what the developers themselves said.
The gameplay that have released this week, I'm watching it and I'm enjoying it, and I'm into it because it looks like really actiony. It doesn't look like Dark Souls. It doesn't look like. That's my opinion. That's what I'm.
Well, you can still have a hard action game.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, Neo was more action than it was Dark Souls. People compared it to Dark Souls. It was really more like a Ninja Gaiden game.
We'll see. I guess we'll see in 5, 6 months.
I'm just gonna laugh if you do buy it and then get really excited for it and then just get wrecked for like 8 hours straight.
I probably won't because a week after, all those big games are coming out.
What's coming out March 29th?
Everything else, I don't remember. I know there's isn't it that day?
January is Anthem and
oh no, wait, no, is it March?
No, it's March.
Oh, who knows?
I don't know.
We'll
I think it was. Oh no, January's Kingdom Hearts and something else. March is you're right. March is Division and
the Division
and Anthem.
Anthem and some other game. There's like 3 or 4 games in that fucking date.
Probably a
Funcom has announced that Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden will be released for Xbox One, PS4, and PC on December 4th. I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know what the fuck that is either. Next,
really, it's a tactical. It's like
I saw like a trailer on Steam for it. Yeah.
When I saw that, I thought it was Biomutant, the little fucking like.
Yeah.
Is that game even out yet? I feel like I've been seeing ads for that game for 7 years.
They're showing a lot of I guess gameplay on the game. It looks cool. Looks cool.
Last one.
And last but not least, Deep Silver announced that Shenmue 3
will be
on August 27th, 2019 for PC and PS4. Long time coming.
It will probably be delayed.
Oh, I can only
yeah, I can see it being delayed.
And now,
man, that was a long one.
Very long one. We're deep into this episode. Oh my god, we're deep into this episode. And now it is time to let you know what new games you can go
balls deep on it, bro.
Now it's the weekend playlist. We got All-Star Fruit Racing, PS4 digital retail. You need that box copy. Nope. Brawlout, PS4 digital. F1 2018.
I feel like there's an F1 game every other fucking week.
There's always a real F1 game. Fall of Light, PS4 digital. Guacamelee 2. We just talk about it. Miguel's loving it. PS4 digital. Little Dragons Cafe, digital retail as well. Wow. A lot of games are coming out retail these days. Out of the Box, digital. Pizza Titan Ultra.
The
digital.
fuck?
This picture has a mech with a pizza on his head. Love it.
Awesome.
Slime Rancher, PS4 digital. This is
come out 7 times
with the kids. No, it's on Xbox. It was like an early access.
I know. Well, no, it officially launched on Xbox. It was like a game with gold on Xbox. I thought this had been out for PS4. I guess not.
Yeah,
unless it's.
I tried it on Xbox. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Oh, I had no idea what's going on either.
I think it's like some Minecraft style shit where it's like, oh, you didn't fucking watch 3 hours of YouTube videos beforehand to understand what's going on, which is like fair. I appreciate that, but
isn't it just slimes?
You just shoot slimes and goddamn farms. If you know how to play,
you suck them up with a vacuum and then you gotta like shoot them out.
If you know how to play it, just tweet it.
It's fucking weird. Yeah,
I'm playing it. My friend walks in. He's like, "What the fuck are you playing?" I'm like, "I don't even know, man. I don't know what this game is."
I watched my friend play it for like an hour one night, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "I don't know."
Socketeer, PS4 digital. Spectrum, PS4 digital. Track Lab, PSVR digital.
Ooh.
It's like you make your own hip hop beats in VR. It actually looks pretty cool.
Rad.
Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr, PS4
this is
digital.
Like the 700th fucking Warhammer game.
Death Cab for Cutie came out with a new album, and Won't You Be My Neighbor is on VOD. And then I don't think much came out for any other systems, right?
I don't think there was any exclusive Switch or Xbox stuff.
Shenmue 1 and 2 came out physical on Xbox One and PS4.
Well, I want to see the numbers on that. I want to see if anyone actually gives a shit.
Oh, Ukulele's in Brawlout. Who'd have guessed it?
Yeah. I don't know. Now it's time for CQC Community Question Corner, where Nathaniel Hicks writes into the Facebook group, and he says, with rumors that Sony is looking to launch/present the PS5 sooner than we all think, what honestly is the likelihood of this? Could this be Sony trying to secure their spot before Xbox for next gen?
Because that is a big thing.
Okay,
Whoever comes first,
Keep
that is
us
big.
Sooner than what we think. We think it like in 2 years, right? 2020.
2020, yeah.
Yeah, so
Is that
sooner
true?
than we think would be like
That'll be
fall
next year.
year.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think the absolute earliest would be fall of next year, but I'm not expecting it even.
When would they?
Announcement till
When would they
2020.
have time to announce it? Even
I mean, you could do it. You could do it at PSX. I know that's late in the year. You could do it if you did it PSX 2019.
Well, hold on. Remember, they can make
2020.
their own event though.
Yeah, if
They
they're
won't
gonna
have their own
announce
event,
something,
PSX.
they will have.
You know what
Well,
I'm
yeah, I
saying?
mean that's what they did with the
separate
PS4
event.
Pros. They
Yeah,
had,
yeah, PS4,
they had
yeah.
events for the PS4 Pro and the Slim. That's probably what they would do. But yeah, I don't see an. I see an announcement maybe early 2020 and then launch for winter 2020.
The question here is: are they both releasing with new consoles in the same year, or is Xbox gonna try to push it forward to try to get an advantage like on the 360?
I think that would be a mistake.
You think so?
I think Xbox is doing really good with the fact that they waited on the One X versus Sony kind of cranked out the PS4 Pro and it has weaker
In
specs.
what way though?
Well, they just
When
came out
in
the
what
X
way?
a year later.
What do you mean? I'm saying like the specs for the PS4 Pro are significantly lesser than the One X. Not
Obviously,
significantly,
because
but
they-
enough.
And it's a lot more expensive than the Pro.
It's a good point.
Like the Pro, see,
It's a good point.
I remember who mentioned this that about the Xbox, being $200 more or whatever, and you guys
I think
were
whichever
going
one's
back
the
and forth.
cheapest one is
And-
going to be the one people go to.
Exactly, that too. But the Xbox One X feels more like an actual next gen from the Xbox than PS4 to the PS4 Pro.
But it's also a premium price. So it's, I don't know. There's a lot of bean counters that'll figure that out.
And yeah, I mean, it is. Imagine them coming out, Microsoft coming out with a new Xbox soon. Like,
I would
when
feel
did the
burned if I bought a One X, to be honest.
Exactly. X came out what last year, 17, right?
I mean, didn't
Pretty sure, yeah.
Spencer say this
Phil
E3
Spencer
that
said
they're already working on the next?
Yeah,
And
at
then
E3,
Yeah, that
we're
was
saying
funny.
we're already
That was
working
so
on the next
funny.
generation of
It's
consoles.
like, bro, you just released this fucking the X, like 6 months ago, and you're already talking about the next thing.
Honestly, actually, yeah. Now that you brought that up, with him saying that, kind of giving like a preface to the generation, I could see them doing some shit like early next year, having an announcement,
Like, them.
February 2013 event, and then fall them releasing either their what's the box called, their Scarlet, or something,
Yeah, I don't know.
That actually makes it the Scarlet next year. That the streaming,
That'd be the
like,
streaming
half
thing, right?
streaming,
Yeah,
half
because that's not a
download
new
thing.
thing. It's just a
Yeah, I could see that. Actually,
plays
happening
Xbox
next year.
One games, but it's not the hardware. It's streaming software. So it's a PS TV that plays Xbox games instead of PS Vita games.
Well, no, you
Yeah.
got to remember it downloads a small portion. To keep
That's
it
what
low
the
latency,
rumors
yeah.
are. We still don't know.
No, it's downloading. I think I told you. I think you're misinterpreting that. It downloads like certain like files to like it's not downloading a full game. It's not you don't.
No, I know
down-
it's downloading
still streaming it.
downloading the games to a small portion of like downloading. a
Wait,
portion
but
of the game.
wasn't that supposed to be a thing for the PS Now? Like the game's supposed to like download a couple things. Like
No, the thing with the
Or what was it?
PlayStation was that you could download the game
PlayStation
in
Now.
like no, I'm saying even with the PlayStation 4, they originally announced in February 2013, where it's like
Oh,
you could
that's what
download
it
the
was.
beginning
Yeah,
and then
there
you could
you go.
play the game.
Yeah.
But
And
all
that's
that
just
shit
still doesn't work.
Yeah, it was. They showed off Killzone. Do you want to download multiplayer
Yeah,
or
I
single
remember
player?
that. That's what it was.
It's the guy
now
calls.
it's
Like, hey,
just-
here's
It doesn't work at all.
Killzone. And the guy's like, I don't
Download
have
the
it.
menu
And he's like, go
screen.
play now. And
I
then he-
remember downloading one game, and I started the campaign, and somewhere in the middle is just like it stopped, it froze, and it
Nice.
threw me back to the main screen. Like, oh, you need to download the fucking whole thing. I'm like, what the fuck,
Dude, I think that the beginning of this current generation was the wackiest because the beginning of the PS2 and the PS3 eras, it was still generally the same. It's like you put the disc in, you play the game. This generation, they really started going
That's-
crazy with the downloadable shit, and it's like it was a lot of weird shit. I
Yeah,
remember
it's
getting
'cause of that.
Rise on Xbox One, and it was like, "Hey, it's ready to play," and then I boot it up, and then it gives me a loading
wasn't-
bar for the downloading the rest of it. I'm like, "What the fuck is the
Dude,
point?"
this
of this?
this gen is where we got
It
my
needed to
favorite
install,
line
bro.
ever. Update requires restart. in every beginning of any Call of Duty.
Dude,
When
especially,
you have the
there you
sight-
go. Call of Duty, especially in World War II. That fucking thing, dude.
You get in this
Black
fucking
Ops was pretty
cycle
bad
of
with it, too.
restarting the menu and like update. Like, wait, did I just update?
Which one? Black Ops what?
Black Ops 3 had it a
Black
lot.
Ops 3 has a lot of that. Infinite Warfare
didn't
was
know I
really
remember that.
bad with update requires restart shit. It's because it's just a stupid saying. Like, it's like, what? Aren't you in the middle of updating? I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
yeah, there you have it. The questions of the week. Thank you.
Yeah, and then running kind of late, so Miguel and I will just do a quick recap of SummerSlam and Raw. Roman Reigns won the title from Brock Lesnar after Braun tried to interfere. Braun was really mad about it, tried to beat the shit out of Roman after he squashed Finn after they had a really good match. And then Seth and Dean came out and fucked up Braun as the Shield. And Jeff Hardy kicked Randy in the balls and swantoned him off of way too high of a thing. I'm really starting to worry about Jeff Hardy's fucking like body falling apart. Miguel, what did you think of SummerSlam, Raw, and SmackDown? Fuck the Raw Women's title. I am done with it. I don't want to hear anything about Ronda Rousey. On to you.
Damn, bro, sexist as hell.
But I'm with it with the SmackDown Women's title. That's great. We got the Charlotte versus Becky rivalry.
First of all, the Raw women's side of the roster really weak, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
They
Absolutely.
have buried fucking Sasha and Bailey to the ground. But whatever.
I think they're going
Roman
to SmackDown.
getting the title. I love the sword that they did in SummerSlam. Like having Braun coming out and then having the hope for people, even including myself, that Braun's going to cash it in and then so people don't fucking boo Roman. And I don't know if you noticed at the end of the pay-per-view, they like ended it really quick.
Yep.
He didn't even celebrate with the title.
He did. He like
'Cause
he got up on the rope, held the belt up, and then they cut.
And they cut. And I heard a couple minutes after, they started booing the hell because they realized that Braun wasn't gonna cash in. Like really bad.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I did like that. Though. I like how they kind of. It's a little weird that like one spear took Brock Lesnar out.
I mean, technically was more than that at the beginning.
But you know what I'm saying. He was up and
I am.
about beating the shit out of Braun Strowman. He was fine. Got back in the ring, got speared, got fit.
But whatever.
But whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, it's done. It's done.
Match of the card, in my opinion, Joe and AJ Styles.
Yep, I agree. It started. You texted me and you're like, "This is kind of slow," and then I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of slow. It's getting there." And then you're like, "Dude, this match is the shit."
They fucking
It was
ramped
really
it
good.
up, dude. The ending, it ended with a DQ, but it was a DQ finish that makes sense.
Right, and it's
With the
only going to
story.
get better. It's only
Especially,
it's not like the
especially when-
DQ ending with the Shinsuke thing where it's like, fuck, we want to get over this stupid feud. This feud, like I'm glad it's going to keep going.
Oh, especially when they're outside. Joe.
Oh, Wendy!
It seems like AJ's not gonna make it, but I'll be your new daddy. Oh, dude, I
was like,
with
oh,
the
that's
delivery that he has, and then AJ going nuts. The little girl, oh, dude, what made it was the little girl, the daughter of AJ Styles, saying, "Daddy, you're bleeding."
And I don't think it was.
That fucking melted me, dude. I was like, God damn it, I'm in.
Yeah, and
don't care what
I
they
think
do.
that was just her saying that too. I don't even think it was scripted.
Yeah, no, I mean she's 4 years old, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was real.
Oh, dude, I was like, I'm in. Fuck it, I don't care. Let's do it.
And then Joe choked him out with the cookie and the clutch on SmackDown.
And
That was
SmackDown, great show in SmackDown overall.
I thought Raw.
It's
Raw was
too long.
good. It's just there's
long.
too much garbage in it. Yeah, that's like
It's
the
too
stuff.
long.
The good stuff was really good, and then there's just a lot of filler.
And new tag team champions, Jeff. You'll be glad to hear that the New Day, your boys, are the new tag team champions of SmackDown.
It's a new day. Yes, it is. Yeah,
Xavier
so they
Woods with
came
that
dressed up
flying
as
elbow.
Amazing fucking match, dude.
what were they? Sonic, Sig, Tails, and Knuckles.
Oh, SmackDown, yeah.
Or was
SummerSlam.
that, was
At
that after
SummerSlam,
that?
yes.
Yeah.
They came out with like the little outfits. They
That's
usually
fun,
do
yeah.
something like that.
That'd be funny if they're
The
fully.
SummerSlam,
decked out
the
of,
SummerSlam match and SmackDown matches were good with the Bludgeon Brothers and New Day.
It was okay. SmackDown match was a lot better, bro.
Well, it just wasn't as good at SummerSlam because it ended with the DQ. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
true.
Speaking of dudes in costumes beating each other up, I just watched Batman Begins again this week.
Great movie.
Oh,
You're
dude,
welcome.
that is.
Great.
I mean, the College Humor video, you guys ever saw it making fun of the Batman voice is like 6 years ago, like 10 years ago, probably. where it's like whatever.
Yeah,
Is
I
that the
heard
one
it,
with
but
the
they
where
go
he's
fuck
like
themselves.
2 clowns?
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
yeah, that's
one.
exactly
But
it.
he's like, no, there's another clown, and he's like, 2 clowns. Like the way he delivers the line, it made me die every time I see it.
Since that video, it's like I love Batman Begins and Nolan, but
The voice isn't as bad in Begins. The voice
it's
doesn't
such
get really
oh
bad.
my god,
until
it's
Dark
even
Knight.
oh my god, I'd say it's worse. It's
Really? I
super,
thought
like
I thought it gets way more ridiculous in Dark
go
Knight.
watch it again. Looking
No,
back at
because
it,
in
it's
Begins,
super,
he's just
like,
kind of like, it's what we do that defines us.
exactly.
And in
It's
Dark Knight, he's like, it's what we do that defines us.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Like, think of the word. It's like it's not stupid. It's not
Yeah,
like
he's
cheesy.
tired, bro. You know, you need to emphasize the.
I guess dorky. It's very dorky how he does that, like the voice. But everything else, Lucius Fox is amazing. I love Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow. I think he's a great villain.
He's great, and I thought he got Shaft in 2. I'm glad they brought him back in 3. And Ra's al Ghul, fucking
Ra's al
great.
Ghul is amazing. Yeah, Neeson.
I merely do call.
You're bringing this up because I watched.
You watched Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, and I asked you guys like which comic movie is the best of all time, pretty much.
Of any comic.
Yes, and mine is The Dark Knight. And then we started arguing about if Begins is better than Dark Knight. You, Jeff, said that Begins, right? Is better.
Oh, whoa, no. Dark Knight is way above. I thought you were saying
all three of us said Dark Knight. I said my favorite is Begins, but I admit that Dark Knight is a better movie.
Okay, yeah, true. Okay.
Yeah, for me it goes is Dark Knight Begins, Rises.
Rises is the worst one because
mine is Begins, Dark Knight, Rises never happened.
Okay. And about the best of all time, it's between. I think we all agree it's the Captain America Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier was what I said.
I disagree with Soldier
and for me personally, it's between Winter Soldier and Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Mine is Dark Knight, like by a fucking far mile.
What's your number 2? What is it?
Is it Suicide Squad?
Hot, nice.
Oh, Oscar winning. How can we forget about the Oscar winning movie, dude? Honestly, I didn't. I don't know, dude. I would have to think about that.
Thor Ragnarok.
I really enjoy that movie, but probably just because I can't think of something
by default.
Else yeah, exactly.
But what?
I do not remember Winter Soldier, so I don't know.
It was the one with
it's
the one where Hydra turns out to be the enemy, and then
Shield
Winter Soldier throws the guy through the fucking engine on the Quinjet on the platform, and the guy just explodes. It was fucking awesome and brutal.
So the dude with the metal arm,
and he just starts punching the fuck out of Cap in the end.
What's his name? Becky or something like that?
Bucky, yeah, Bucky.
Becky. It's me, Becky.
Your name is James Buchanan Barnes.
Jeff, what's your second?
Well, I don't even know. I don't think I'd put Dark Knight as my favorite all-time superhero film.
Winter Soldier like 3 times in theaters.
I don't know. It's either Spider-Man: Homecoming because I love Spider-Man
of all time.
I love Spider-Man, or Infinity War just because it's such a monument. It's so epic. I mean,
that's the new one, right?
That's the newest one. Yeah. I would be inclined to hear an argument for Infinity War. The reason why I think Infinity War might be the best comic book movie is because it is literally like just panels of a comic book.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
Like it's literally like it is the closest I've seen to a literal like comic book in movie form. Where like everything else it's adapted. This one doesn't feel adapted. This one feels like it was literally a book that they just filmed.
But then, if you get just like best movie, but that's based on a comic.
Your favorite comic book movie?
Yeah, comic movie.
Yeah, no, I think honestly tied between Homecoming and Infinity War because Homecoming just is like perfect.
See, I thought you were gonna say either Elektra or Halle Berry's Catwoman.
Hot, nice. Catwoman definitely. No, it's Ben Affleck's Daredevil, obviously.
Do you guys like Scott Pilgrim versus this?
I did when I watched it. I did a lot, but that was like 2010, and I actually recently rewatched like half of it. It was on like cable TV or something, and it's so cringy. It's really, it's just meme filled.
Kick-Ass.
It's such a meme spouting. Kick-Ass is good.
And Kingsman. Kingsman. I love
Okay.
Kingsman 2.
Time out.
Kingsman
Time out.
first
I
one was
saw
fucking
that.
amazing.
I saw Kingsman on IGN's top 25 list. Since when does action movie just mean superhero or comic movie? Oh,
It
fuck
was
me.
a comic book.
Is
It
it
was-
based on a comic?
Come on, dude.
God damn it! I sound like an idiot.
A question for you.
You're
Jeff.
talking about
I realized that while saying that. I'm like, oh,
the same guy that wrote Kick-Ass.
Question for you, Jeff, because you said
yeah,
you're
but it's not a
Spider-Man.
superhero movie. There
It's
you
a
go.
comic book movie.
I
There
said
you go.
comic
All right,
book.
fine. I sound like an
question
idiot.
for
Yeah,
you,
well-
Which ones are better? The Spider-Man movies, like from 02 or 04 or whatever, like the ones with Tobey Maguire. I think 2 is like the best one, or this new one.
Oh, for me, it actually goes Tom Holland, of course, is the best. And then I like, Andrew Garfield.
I
The
really liked
Amazing
Andrew
Spider-Man.
Garfield too, man.
I like
He-
that
he
better
did
than
not get
Tobey
it.
Maguire.
He got too much shit because he was just kind of in that period where it's like we kind of knew Marvel was going to get it back, but we
Yeah.
also kind of knew it wasn't
No
going
one
to be
I
him.
mean,
wanted it
Sony,
really, so it
Sony
felt
really
weird.
fuck it up.
I thought he did really good though. I really enjoyed Andrew Garfield. I thought he was. I do love Tom Holland as well. I like both of them.
Okay.
I kind of wish there was a Spider-Verse thing where we could get Andrew Garfield back, but he's also like 40. So, but I really, really liked Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I thought he kind of got the shaft. And I also think that Amazing Spider-Man 2, he kind of got the shaft in that too, because it was kind of half a Spider-Man movie and half a setup for a Sinister Six movie that we never got.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, ugh.
Well, now they still
I
have. I
mean,
saw
what-
IGN did another article. It's like all those Sony or Polygon or something. All these Sony Spider-Verse films in the works. They have like 6 going on. Like they have like a.
I
And
mean, the
only
first
half
one's
of them
Venom,
are
right?
like, and like we don't know if they're gonna tie into the MCU, and it's like who wants it if it's not
No,
tying
one
into
of
the
it's
MCU?
Venom. Yeah, no, it's definitely not tying. It's not even Spider-Man.
Well, it's like it's
all
not that it's not
villains.
tying in; it's that they're just never gonna cross paths. So
Yeah.
it's like I think Tom Holland can show up in them, but then anyone in those, it's like the Defenders on Netflix where they're just never gonna show up in the other movie. It's like, what's the point? Well, who cares if it's not gonna cross over?
I think Sable Cat is one of them. I don't even know. There's like honestly characters I've like never heard
I
of.
don't know. What the fuck is Sony doing, man? Just come on.
I
Just
mean,
play-
honestly, it's
just play
smart.
nice.
They have these,
I
and
mean,
like
Pascal doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. I'm sorry.
they're gonna make money though.
Carnage. For sure.
They'd make
Carnage,
a lot more money if they just played ball at Marvel.
In what way? Though?
No,
They already
I don't know.
gave fucking Spider-Man.
No, yeah, time out. Because if they did give all their like their weird Spider-Man properties to Marvel, there would.
I'm not
be
saying
less
give the
movies.
Spider-Man. I'm saying partner
Do
with
like a
Marvel
deal
the way
with
they
what
did with
with
Homecoming.
Spider-Man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying sell the rights back. I'm saying they should do a.
But I'm saying
license deal
I don't
like
think
Homecoming.
Marvel would be cool with having that tight of a schedule. You know, so Marvel wouldn't be wanting to release one of their partnership movies near one of their.
Marvel's
main
already going to
movies
have
or
their name on it anyways.
prob-
It's still.
It wouldn't be a movie, dude. It would probably like having Venom in the fucking.
I don't think any of these ancillary Spider-Verse movies are going to do well anyways, except for maybe Venom because people like Venom. But who the fuck cares about Sable Cat? Like, I don't think
Yeah,
any of them are
that
going
is
to do
true.
well outside of
That
Venom.
is
If
true.
Venom
'Cause
even
they have
does
no name. You know, they have no name recognition.
I don't know.
I mean, other than Venom, what's like the second
What's the
Venom.
animal guy? He's like
Rhino?
the collector. No, he's like a Kurg or some shit. He's like this like
Scourge? Or,
If
no.
you're the Superman guy and you don't
he's
know,
wearing
I mean,
he's wearing like pelts of like animal clothing.
oh, what the fuck is
Yeah,
his
you know what I'm
I
talking
can picture
about.
who you're talking about. I just can't remember what his name is.
Skur. It's definitely Skur.
No, hold on. I'm gonna look at Spider-Man.
It's like Krog. It's like something the something. Yeah, no, they definitely don't have enough characters that like after Venom. They kind of
I mean, they got Rhino, they got Sandman, they got
They already used them.
Doctor something Doctor.
Doctor
Doctor Octopus.
Doc Ock.
Yeah, that
Oh,
guy.
Doc Ock.
Dude, I still think that Spider-Man 2's
Oh,
Doc Ock, the best villains we've ever seen in a comic book movie. Supposedly, Jake Gyllenhaal wants to play Mysterio. That'd be kind of cool. Or is he?
I can't wait till the 6th Joker movie in 5
I
years.
know. Why are we getting so many different Joker movies? Why was the reptile? Why was the lizard the main villain of the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie, the first one? Why? Such a stupid villain. I don't know. They fucked that whole thing up themselves. Fucking Sony. Dr. Otto Octavius. I can't find this guy that you're talking about, but I know exactly. Like I see him. Like you know what I mean?
Craven the Hunter.
Craven the Hunter. That's what it was.
What the kind of stupid name is that?
He looks cool though.
Yeah, I don't know.
There you have it.
Yeah, that's gonna wrap up episode 66. Commence order.
Quick.
66.
Thing. Shout out to Takeover. Go watch
Yeah,
this.
NXT Takeover burned it down, dude. Oh my god, so good. Hopefully Johnny Gargano is not
He's
legitimately
not
hurt.
injured. He's not.
Hunter said he was legitimately hurt, and they had to change the
Storyline.
match.
He's not.
We'll see. I don't know.
I already verified with my sources. It's fine.
Okay, yeah. You actually talked to Hunter? He lives in Greenwich. I got the hookup, so. This has been PS Best Friends episode. You always wait till the last second to talk over me. Fuck.
I see you. You're about to talk, and that's when I speak, dude.
Fuck. Yeah, this has been PS Best Friends episode 66. For any questions, comments, and concerns, you can hit us up on our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/PS Best Friends, where you can leave us a friendly comment. Tell us what's up. Tell us what you like about the show. You can leave questions for the episode. You can also
tell us your favorite comic book movie.
Yeah, you can let us know what your favorite comic book movie is. We'll talk about it on next week's Cocktail Hour segment.
Batman and Robin, probably.
Oh no, not the Batman Forever was Bat Nipples, right?
Yeah, that one.
Batman and Robin was the Val Kilmer one.
Yeah.
God, oh my God, I don't even want to think about it. You can also hit us up on Twitter at PSBF Podcast, where usually we're retweeting a bunch of deals and stuff that we see. Anytime Wario64 or Sony or anything really, tweets any cool deals, we'll be retweeting it.
Dude, God of War was fucking $38 this week. Insane.
Yeah, great deal. Hopefully you picked it up if you saw that was on sale and somehow didn't already own it, even though you listen to a PlayStation podcast. Also, please don't forget to subscribe. Give us a 5-star rating on iTunes, Apple Podcasts specifically, just because it's really going to help us out. It's going to, algorithmically get us higher on the chart, which is getting more people listening, which will get more people in the group, which will, make everyone have a better time. So if you wouldn't mind, please doing that. And also, just so you know, we are supported by Anchor, which is our lovely podcast audio hosts. If you go to anchor.fm/PSBestFriends, you can actually give us a couple bucks in our tip jar. You can do $1, $5, or $10. So we would greatly appreciate that. Keep the lights on, help us, do more stuff with the podcast. Not literally keep the lights on. We do have jobs.
Or if you don't want to do that, you can go to patreon.com/PSBestFriends, where you can get a shout out every episode from us if you back us at the $5 level. Those who do get $2 level. Those who do get shouts out right now, such as Jake Malore, Nathaniel Hicks, and Jack Tersey. Thank you guys so much for continuing to be so awesome.
Yeah, and Miguel, where can people find you?
People can find me at shit, I'm not prepared for this.
Dark Angel 10 Dark Angel 10 and Angel Alvarez 10 on Twitter.
You can find me on PSN playing Rec Room, jumping into people's rooms, wrecking it up with Brawl 96. Also, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, Mr. Brawl 96.
And you can find me on PSN, Xbox Live, and Steam at the only X188. That is ONE, and then the number is 88. You can also find me complaining a lot about the ladder on Hearthstone. I'm hitting a fucking wall, and I'm getting really annoyed about it. At the only X1.
You got to pay that money.
No, it's not even that. I have 3 tier 1 decks. I just keep running into the fucking the one deck that always is has a good win rate against my deck, and it's every time I switch
for a reason, bro. It happens.
But there's not more cards for me to buy to use. I have the cards that I need.
Change it up then. Change it up, bro.
Tier 1 decks. What do you want me to do? I don't know, Hearthstone. Ben Brode, why'd you have to leave? I don't fucking know what's going on. Thanks again for listening in. This has been PS Best Friends, episode 66, and we will catch you all next week.
It's maybe time to move on.
Peace. All right, dope. Okay, so I gotta download it from the tube.
Yeah, it takes 5-10 minutes to process. Go take a leak, get a drink.
Play Dead Cells.